Hello, my name is Jay and welcome back to my Tech Vault, and today we're going to be taking a look and unboxing the ASUS Prime x470-PRO motherboard, and we're going to be taking a look at it, taking a look at all the different features and kind of giving an overall opinion of the unboxing feel. If you guys like more of a full review of or more of a building process of it, I'm doing a build with the system next Friday. I was supposed to do a build for PewDiePie that kind of got canceled because I wasn't feeling too good this morning. So I'll probably be doing that sometime as well, maybe next week or the week after that. So this basically, as I said, we're going to be taking a look at this. It's a motherboard that's got a lot of, it's a quite good looking motherboard for when it goes online, and I want to kind of do an unboxing because it's really good to take and of course inspect stuff, especially before you build with it. And so this will be used for a build later on that I'm actually building for somebody that watches my videos, so it'll be really interesting. So let's get into the unboxing and we'll go from there. So it's unboxing time, and I love doing these because it's really nice to get a look and see cool hardware that you would not normally get to get your hands on. And it's one of the cool things about doing this tech channel is that I'm actually able to do a lot of cool experiences, especially when I build computers for people. This is a really fun experience because obviously I don't have to pay for the hardware, but I get hands-on usage with it. I get to show you guys, and then I also get to build something really cool for somebody. So here we are. Here's the motherboard itself. Let's get this up here real quick. So here's the motherboard. It's got some really nice metal heat sinks. We'll get to this. I'll take it out of the bag at the end. But just overall, it looks really good. It's got the nice plastic plate, plastic cover over here. It's got some nice metal heat sinks, which means of course good overclocking, hopefully. And of course it is an x470 chipset. So yeah, that looks overall no issues there. It does have RGB lighting. If you guys want to see all the RGB lighting, I would say definitely check out the build. Because the processor came in today, and so definitely check out that build video. It'll be a stream next Friday that we'll be building it live. And then of course here's the other goodies we get. So we get a manual, obviously. I don't know if they're going to put any stickers in this. Maybe they put some stickers in it. I don't know. They should have some stickers somewhere. These are the driver disc. Honestly, I have not used the driver's disc because it's really kind of I don't know. A lot of the systems I build nowadays don't even use the driver discs. I mean, it's nice to have, but you just download them online and you can pretty much get all the drivers you need. So that's other information. More manuals and review stuff. I believe this is either M.2 standoffs. I think that's what that is, M.2 standoffs on the motherboard. You get two SATA cables. They actually seem kind of high quality, which is nice. They look like they're pretty well put together. No issues there. And they're even ASUS branded, so looks good. As for this is the backplate. No, it's the I/O shield. And this is a little disappointing because for a lot of the builds that I've done, they actually end up including like a print on this, something that usually like a grayish matte black maybe, and it doesn't make it stand out so much from the back of the motherboard or back of the case. But here it's kind of silver, and I mean you could also argue that since this motherboard is majority silver, it kind of goes with it. But it's not matched well. Either this being white or maybe that silver to match with the motherboard, you could argue. It's got a nice padding on the back of it though. But still, I feel like this was definitely cheaped out on. A little disappointing there, because that's kind of one of the things I really like to look at when I do these kind of unboxings. Okay, so that's that. I'll push this up here. And let's take a look at this motherboard itself. So, right off the bat, motherboards, as I said, make sure you're destigmatized. I have a nice case and stuff to touch to make sure that I'm not going to cause any problems. But here you go. So let's take a look at this motherboard itself. And here we are. So I like to do this. The reason why I like doing this and why I like explaining this to the people that I'm building is that when you do these unboxings, you can inspect for a lot of problems. Problems may include things. I'll make sure this is up here too. Problems may include things like bent pins or I don't know, missing or defective parts. So looking at the motherboard here, I do notice that the RAM slots are only one-sided releases, which means that they basically only have one side you can pop off. You slide the RAM in and then you click it on. Okay, I personally prefer the 2 release, but it's really preference, so I'm not going to argue there. The metal heatsink itself looks really nice for the M.2 drives. No issue there. I'm not putting an M.2 drive in the system, but it's a good use there. Everything else looks good. I don't see, as I said, you got 3 PCIe X16 slots, I think. This might be an 8, and these might both be 16. I'm not too sure. So the metal heat sinks themselves are look like they're aluminum. They look actually pretty good. No issue there. This motherboard is actually surprisingly heavy, though. I will say that much. So it looks like they've put their good fair share into making sure it's good. This also does have plastic all along here, so you don't scratch it, which is of course good. The metal heat sinks themselves, though, do not have plastic, except for the the metal heat sinks themselves do not have covering or plastic coating, but while the plastic parts right here do. Honestly, you won't really end up scratching anything unless you're throwing this around. If you kind of respect the hardware, you shouldn't have any issues. But yeah, everything else looks good. No issues on my part, but this definitely looks very good. I like how this looks. It's an interesting design, but I definitely like the white and silverish heat sinks. Those are really nice. So yeah, so no issues there. Everything looks good here, and you've got a fair share of, I guess, VRMs. The VRMs look pretty good as well. And so yeah, this looks relatively like a really good motherboard, so we'll see how this goes. But yeah, so thank you very much for watching. If you guys want to see the full build on this, it will of course be available, and I think this right here is the output, or the the I/O for the case right here. That's what that little adapter was, which is really nice. You've got your fair share of goodies as well. RGB, 1 RGB header. I think there was another one, 2 RGB headers. It's an odd spot to put it. You've got, yeah, a lot of extra fans, or fan ports on your motherboard as well. But yeah, so everything looks good. Yeah, no issues here. A lot of fans, 2 RGB headers. It all looks good, so no issues here. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Check out the build stream and video. That'll be coming out soon. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.